mountain and you are my sky. I am your water and you are my fire. And in love, we are writing the story of us. Yeah, in love, we are writing the story of us.
Hi, it's Sanctuary and Annapurna Garden. I'm Xanna Seto, and I am so glad you're here. Today, we're doing something a little bit different. I'm out here racing the rain, trying to get some kale harvested. I've got an abundance of it here, also charred. Maybe a few other things that I have in the fridge already, cucumbers and such. But I have so much of it that I want to pay it forward. So I'm going to take it down to the local food bank today and see what they got going on. Maybe they'll even let me ask them a few questions. So I'm glad you're here on this journey with me. Come on along for the ride. Well, that was fun. I just got thoroughly drenched. So we are going to check out some of this celery as well, because I have so much of it and I don't think I'm going to be able to use it all before it's time for it to start bolting. So I'll pick some of this out. I also found some nice cucumbers. And I have a bunch more in the fridge too. So we're here at the Saint's Pantry.
Yes, ma'am.
The Saint Pantry Food Bank in Shelton, Washington. And I am speaking with Rebecca Marquez, who's the director here. I have a couple of questions I want to ask you.
Yes,
first of all, where does the bulk of your food come from?
The majority of the food that we have here comes in that we receive from community donations, like yourself. Our local farmers who have an abundance and wish to share with their neighbors. We receive donations from our local Walmart, donates Monday through Friday. And we receive twice a week from a local Costco store as well.
Wow, that's beautiful.
But the majority of everything comes in from our community.
Okay. Oh, I love hearing that. I love hearing that. Do you need to take care of the these people real quick?
They're
okay? Okay, great.
Yes, ma'am. Sí, doña, claro que sí. Por eso usted todo ahí, si lo puedo usar. Escógele al gusto.
All right. So what percentage, because I did hear you talking about some farmers that donate.
Yes,
what percentage of, like, how much fresh food do you get versus processed and packaged?
About half and half.
Wow.
We do.
That is so
Especially
awesome.
during harvest. We receive quite a bit from the harvest. Our local, we have a prison here in Shelton, and they have a garden there where they teach their inmates horticulture, and they donate what they harvest there to the local food banks. So we receive quite a bit from them as well.
Wow, wow, that's
As
so
well
awesome.
as we have a Master Gardeners Association, and they have a Catalyst Community Garden, and they also donate their harvest to us. This year, the Catalyst Garden has already donated 3,000 pounds of fresh produce.
Wow, that is so awesome. Wow, that is amazing. So that sounds like really like a lot, a big bulk amount of food.
It sounds like a lot, but unfortunately, it's not
enough.
as much as it sounds.
Okay. So I'm a small scale gardener,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
know. I only have a bag of extra produce. Can I come bring that in?
Absolutely. Anything and everything is welcome.
Nice.
Yes, we've always have someone in need, so every little bit helps.
Great.
It's never too small or
Awesome.
too large of a donation.
That is so amazing to hear. I love that. Have you noticed during this pandemic, have you noticed that there's more of a demand for food right now?
There is.
Okay.
There is quite a bit. A lot of our community members have either been laid off or, for health reasons, cannot go away to work. They have to work remote. Gracias a usted, doña. Que tenga buen día. So they're not bringing in the income that they had before. Some of them are scared of not going back to work, so they try to save as much money as they can for housing,
Right.
and things of that nature, so they do come and utilize the food bank more.
Wow.
Yes.
It's a sad state of affairs when we have to choose between a roof over our heads and food in our
Absolutely.
bellies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, especially when there's so many children in need.
Oh my goodness.
The children being at home more now as well. They eat a lot more that way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so true. And I guess a lot of people were depending on those school meals.
Yes,
To
they,
feed their
they
kids.
do. Fortunately, here locally, the schools are still offering a breakfast and lunch throughout the week,
That's awesome.
so the families can utilize that as well.
Awesome. Have you seen a difference in your supply due to the pandemic?
In the beginning, it slowed down a little bit, and then I believe the community reacted because we had a huge upcoming in donations from our community.
Wow.
Folks either staying home or whatnot, cleaning out their pantries and donating what they were not needing at the time.
Wow.
So it's been a blessing.
Wow, that's kind of restores your faith in humanity during all this chaos that we're having.
Yes, it does.
So good to hear that. So good to hear that. If somebody wants to bring their garden abundance to a local food bank, how would they find one?
You can ask on Google or
Say Google.
contact. There's always Google. Contact your local community action council.
Okay.
They should have a resource list, or the local social services. They would have a resource list as well.
Awesome. Awesome.
Churches. Yes, most of the community people know where the resources are, and they can point you out.
Beautiful. All
Yes.
right.
And there's no income demands or anything. Just all we ask you to be in need and come and pick up, and we're here to help.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Rebecca Marquez, thank you so much for taking a moment out of your day to answer some questions for us. And thank you so much for the work you're doing. It's so important, especially in these times, but always.
But
So,
thank you.
yeah.
I appreciate it.
All right. We'll see you again. I'll be
Thank-
back with
definitely.
more
Yes,
garden
ma'am.
abundance.
Thank you very much for your donation as well.
All right, thanks. Well, that was very, very informative. I have so many mixed feelings right now about what I've learned. I'm extremely heartened that community and grassroots efforts have stepped up, and that so much of the food bank supply is coming from community, and that's wonderful to me. And that so much food inequity exists in what is supposed to be the richest country in the world is ridiculous. It's just, it's beyond absurd. So I say quite often that we have so much abundance. We're literally surrounded by so much, and yet access to that, to those resources, and the availability of those resources to so many in this country is inequitable. It's completely inequitable. And I know personally that my strengths are not in the political realm. I'm just not good at having discourse around things that make me really passionate. So it's just not my strength. So what can I do? What can I do? And you know, I benefited from the food bank system in the past. And now, because I do have so much abundance, even in small measure, it's time for me to pay that forward. And so I'm doing what I can. My 5-year plan for SerpentSong for our gardens, because I am expanding into a full acre next year, is to pay it forward with whatever we have that we're not using. That's going to go to people in need, because there is going to be an elevated amount of need in the future. If we don't see this coming, then we're blind. I did ask her as well if she saw at the end of the harvest coming, if she historically sees a drop-off in the amount of fresh produce they have available. She said yes. And she also believes, as do I, that as we come into perhaps the second phase of this wave of pandemic that we're all experiencing worldwide, as we come into a second phase, as the weather gets colder, that need is going to be exacerbated. It's going to be magnified. So again, it's up to us as community to step in. And remember, if you're not in a place where you can give, and you're actually in a place where you need to receive, that all you have to do, she said, all you have to do is go and just say that you need something. You don't need to demonstrate it or prove it in any way. And it's there, and there is dignity in receiving when we need it most. I know, I've been there. So if you're in a place that you can give, then please, by all means, do so. I am acutely aware of the blessing that I'm in this moment, and that at any moment that can change. But right now is my opportunity to make use of that in a way that perpetuates abundance for everyone. So yeah, so many things, all the feels going on around this. It's something I'm passionate about, and you know, I mean, it's only a drop in the bucket what I can do, but it's a drop in the bucket. And with enough drops, we can fill it up to overflowing. So helping other people to be nourished where we can, nourishing ourselves when we need to. As I always say, it creates that atmosphere where we can be inspired. And when we're inspired, we create beauty, and we communicate, and we exchange ideas, and we exchange resources. And that creates an atmosphere of cooperation and co-creation rather than competition. And to me, that's where I want to live, because that is where we truly transform our world. If you have thoughts on what you've seen, ideas maybe that pop into your head that you want to share, something you're passionate about in the realm of creating social justice rather than injustice. Please hit me up in the comments, let me know. Until I see you next time, either virtually or in person, I really hope that you continue to be nourished, to be inspired, and be transformed. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I said not to get